Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another weather forecast, and yet you guessed it's going to be yet another forecast on a significant major winter storm / blizzard that will bring whiteout conditions for many people in Ohio, up into Pennsylvania, Indiana, and Michigan here, as it's supposed to start bringing snow as early as the 30th. So this storm's going to be beginning very, very soon here. We're going to expect over 2 feet of snow in some of these areas because of this major winter storm, up to 40 miles an hour, potentially some very dangerous icy conditions, and extremely heavy rain. And we're going through all that in today's video. Before we get the video, please subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're really appreciate if you subscribe. You can get daily content like this throughout the whole winter season. Also, if you have any questions about what your city or region will get from this storm, be sure to ask that question in the comments, and I will do my best to answer that. But yeah, without further ado, let's get in this video. So here's a look now at the NAM 12 kilometer here. Let's actually now move into the next 33 hours. This is all going to be coming in some very cold precipitation, all going to be rain, very extremely heavy rain here. So there's no frozen precipitation such as like freezing rain or snow just yet, as it's moving in through the southeast here, and it's going to be going through the overday hours. So we're going to be seeing above freezing temperatures in this region. So there's no chance for any snow to develop here. Just going to be very cold rain. Going to have highs in the upper 40s and lower 50s for some of these areas. So it's not going to be too warm, but obviously that's way above freezing here. But as it moves northward into the overnight hours, into the evening and overnight hours of Monday, as it moves northward to the areas of the Midwest, such as Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan, and those very cold temperatures, such as the 20s and 30s, then that rain will slightly turn into snow gradually into the evening hours, and it'll become a monster storm by Tuesday morning here. So that snow will develop around the Indianapolis region, Fort Wayne region, and up to southern Illinois as we continue the overnight hours and going really almost in Tuesday morning. This is around midnight. These temperatures will be in the 20s and up into the teens. So a lot of that rain will be snow by the end of the night. You're going to be seeing extremely heavy snow for areas like Lexington, Columbus, up into areas near Toledo, Detroit, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, and Louisville. So you're basically gonna go to sleep with heavy rain and wake up with a winter wonderland, and that's all because of that big cold front that is going to be in place at the same time as this low pressure with the precipitation, and that rain will all turn or mostly turn into snow. Only the western side of that low pressure, where that cold front is, on the eastern side of the low pressure, such as the mid-Atlantic and northeast, that we're going to be seeing some warmer temperatures there that are above freezing. And as we go by Tuesday on December 1st, this snow continues to move eastward and southward, because we're going to be seeing very cold temperatures Tuesday morning as far down as Georgia. We're going to be seeing 20s and 30s, so that's going to help allow some of that precipitation in these areas to turn into light snow and flurries. And I'm actually under a special weather statement for snow in Georgia, so it's going to be very interesting here in Atlanta, or in metro Atlanta there. But also Tuesday morning, the winds will pick up for areas near Lake Erie, such as Detroit, such as Cleveland, and such as Toledo, and that snow is going to continue to pick up, and that's where we can see the blizzard conditions. And then by late Wednesday, December 2nd, that snow is still in place, such as Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Cleveland, Detroit, and all the way up to Flint, Michigan, because that low pressure is right there in Quebec. So we are going to continue to see some snowy conditions and lake effect snow actually sticking around a few hours after this snowstorm pushes out here. So we will be seeing a good amount of snowfall here. Let's check out the snowfall accumulations on the NAM 12 kilometer here. And as you can tell, we're going to be seeing a good amount of snow as far down as Alabama, up to areas near Quebec, up to 6 to 9 inches for Detroit, and areas just north of Detroit, we can get up to around a foot of snow. Indianapolis looking at 1 to 2 inches there. Cincinnati 3 to 4 inches as well. Nashville a trace. Metro Atlanta a trace of snow. We can be seeing around a half a foot for the Appalachians and West Virginia, and near Toledo and Cleveland we can see over half a foot there, but almost a foot between those two big cities there off Lake Erie. So guys, this is going to be looking at the NAN 3 kilometer model, and as you can tell, so this is also the same thing. In the next 36 hours, here we have all those rain showers, all that precipitation that is not frozen. So we're going to be seeing severe weather threats throughout the southeast, all the way from the Alabama, Florida area, all the way up into the mid-Atlantic here. But of course, like I said, in the NAN 12 kilometer radar, we aren't going to be seeing any snow developing until really later on Monday, once the temperatures really start to drop, because really, even up in the mid-Atlantic, or not mid-Atlantic, up in the Ohio Valley, overnight highs or overday highs are still above freezing here. So you're not going to start to see that snow coming up until really not really overnight, but kind of towards that late afternoon, evening, when the sun goes down early, like at 5 o'clock. Then those temperatures really drop. So it's going to kind of be that early evening here, just before dusk, when that snow starts to really appear in areas like Indiana, Ohio, and even portions up into Kentucky. And by the time we get around midnight, then that snow is really widespread across areas all the way from Ohio up to Georgia, because of how widespread that cold front is. And then by later Tuesday morning, continuing to see some snow showers up in the southeast, but the worst of it obviously will maintain up in the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes. Here's a new model run. This is the 12Z European. The agency does not come out really later tonight here. So here is a look at the next 42 hours. There we have all that precipitation there in the southeast and Ohio Valley. Like I said, nothing but really just rain and some thunderstorms there. Not until the next 48 hours. That's when we really start to see that snow really popping up now, and even some freezing rain. Could be some slight ice threats, but obviously it won't be too big of a threat here. It's not going to be too big of a threat. The really only ice we'll see is once that snow is starting to really appear. But after the snow really appears, there's not really such a big threat for the ice. But continuing by Tuesday mornings, when that snow is going to be really, really large, extremely heavy snow for Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana, up to as far as Detroit. And continue to see that snow showers all the way down to Alabama and Georgia, because of how cold those temperatures will be. In my area, for example, we have around 25 degrees Tuesday morning, so definitely able to withstand some accumulation here. There is going to be some snow as far as Metro Atlanta, so there could be a trace there. Like I did say, there is a special weather statement out, so it's going to get very interesting here. So we should expect some winter storm warnings and watches quite soon, the next 24 hours here, but really heavy snow for West Virginia as well, Kentucky and Ohio. So we are seeing a bit of the bullseye, I guess you could say, it's kind of really heading towards West Virginia, Ohio, and portions of, I guess you could say, even a little bit of Michigan as well. And then still by Wednesday, we're still seeing that snow going all the way now into State College, all the way up into far northwestern Maryland, all the way up to Allentown. I mean, it's going to bring some snow now for as well Syracuse, the Adirondacks, all the way up to Ithaca, even Burlington. So we are seeing some new areas there that can see snow. There's actually a chance we could have another snowstorm there, but towards more of the south central and the plain. That's something to really keep an eye on. But here are the snowfall totals for the Europeans. So there are some big updates here. Indianapolis, only 2 to 4 inches there, but far eastern Indiana, for example, Fort Wayne, you can see anywhere from 5 to 8 inches of snowfall. Cincinnati, 5 to 6 inches of snowfall. Once again, Columbus is increasing in snowfall yet again. 10 to 14 inches for Columbus, Ohio. It's continuing to increase for Columbus. Toledo, 11 to 15 inches of snowfall. Cleveland's back and increasing here. Cleveland can expect anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of snowfall. Erie back, increasing up to 6 to 12 inches of snowfall. Pittsburgh back at increasing to 4 to 8 inches of snowfall. Western Maryland can get a foot possibly. Look at West Virginia really blowing up now. Possibly near Charleston, up to half a foot, but in the higher elevations up to 11 to 15 inches of snowfall. Now we can expect up to a foot of snow, guys. A foot of snow in the southeast near the Gatlinburg region in the Great Smoky Mountains. Lexington, 3 to 5 inches of snowfall there. Detroit is now increasing once again, 8 to 10 inches near Detroit and far southeastern Michigan, south of Detroit. We can see just under a foot, and as well up here just north of Detroit can also see around the foot. So we're getting some new updates here near Metro Atlanta. We can see maybe a trace to maybe an inch here. There's still a chance that there could be more snow than expected for Georgia and Alabama and even Tennessee. I'm going to come from experience here. I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but I'm coming from experience. Atlanta and Georgia, it's really hard to predict snow here. It really is. I mean, sometimes they're just 100% off, and that's most of the time, including European, for example. 2017, we're supposed to get 6 inches, and then we got literally 0.1 inches. And then with Benji, we're supposed to get, I think, 1 inch. We got 5. And then with my most recent snowstorm in February in 2020, we were expecting, I think, 1 inch, and we got, I think, 6. So, I mean, it's pretty hard to forecast for Georgia. I'm not saying they're going to get 5 inches or anything, but I do think there's a chance we can get some good, decent, measurable snow. And when I mean decent, I mean like an inch, because Georgia, obviously, 1 inch is decent snow there. But let's not talk about not just Georgia. Let's talk about the Ohio Valley as well. Cincinnati still only around an inch for GFS. I don't know what the GFS is looking at. I'm not sure what they're looking at, really. I really have to go to the European on this once again. I just don't agree with the GFS. I can't get myself to agree with them. But again, Cleveland anywhere from 8 to 10 inches there. Detroit and Toledo 3 to 5 inches, and Pittsburgh at the 3 to 5 inches as well. So really a big gap between European and GFS. But hopefully that should get figured out by tomorrow. Let's check out the winds here. This is November 30th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to be seeing some very strong winds ahead of this low pressure. So the low pressure at this point will be near Alabama, Georgia. It's going to bring some very strong winds to the Appalachia there up to 45 knots. So that's around 55 miles an hour here. Also going to bring some very strong winds for the mid-Atlantic coast. But, of course, we're not focused for the mid-Atlantic coast. We're expected to focus on the areas where we are getting that snow, where we can see the blizzard conditions. And that's going to be for, like, Indianapolis, Toledo, Cleveland, Detroit, even Pittsburgh, Charleston, and even Cincinnati here. But let's check out this wind. Let's go to maybe 48 hours here. We're expecting around 38 to 40 knots for areas in Indiana. And we're seeing that snow starting to begin by around the December 1st hours, I believe. Yeah, getting to the first hour of December 1st, when that snow is starting to appear. We're getting up to 40 knots there, 45 knots near Detroit. And as we continue by later on December 1st, this is Tuesday, we are seeing continuing 33 knots and 40 knots. But this is not when the worst of the winds are. Actually, the worst of the winds occur on Wednesday, but the NAM does not go that far out. But starting off before Wednesday, which is where the worst of the winds will be, we're actually getting around 30 to 40 knots, which imagine what Wednesday will bring there, maybe 50 knots. I mean, that's incredible to have those strong winds there. That's going to help bring those whiteout conditions for some areas there. Again, the whiteout conditions won't last all day. It only lasts a few hours. But let's take a look at the temperatures, and then we'll wrap up the video. So this is the morning. This is when the temperatures you wake up to on Monday or Tuesday morning. Gonna see around 25 degrees near my region or my area. Atlanta waking up at 30. Like I'm saying, this is definitely reasonable why Atlanta can get more than a trace, because those temperatures, that can very well help move that snowstorm more to the south. And we have seen a southern shift now for Alabama and Georgia. Not just Georgia, but Alabama as well. So we will see if that continues. That can bring us more snow for Nashville. That can bring more snow for Asheville, more snow for Frankfurt. I mean, it's a lot of areas that are on the line here on their tippy toes, really. But look, Indianapolis, 28 degrees, 26 near Detroit, 24 in the higher Appalachians begin. This is Tuesday, not later. This is Tuesday morning, but not until we get to now Wednesday mornings when that snow really becomes very widespread across the regions like West Virginia, Ohio, Columbus at 25, areas near Frankfurt at 22, Cincinnati at 25, 31 for Cleveland, 26 for Detroit, and seeing some 20s and even teens for those higher elevations in West Virginia and even Virginia as well. And then by Thursday, at that point, the worst of the snow will be kind of towards this area, and we are seeing the coldest temperatures there up to 18 in central Ohio, 23 for Cleveland, and then some below freezing temperatures as well for western Pennsylvania. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will post more tomorrow.